What fool thing is Johnny doing now? Well, he's writing yet another Lee Hacklin mystery, and this one is called Lee Hacklin, Private Investigator, in A Mission Impossible, Chapter 4. I'm Bishop Jaron Brucker of the Amish community in Blue Aurora. I'm Lee Hacklin, aka Ladies Man, honorary member of the Super Friends. Please have a seat, sir. Would you like a cup of coffee? He chuckled, stroked his beard, and said, I'm 77, wait, 78, and I've never had so much as a sip of that witch's brew. There's no time like the present, no greater gift either, pun intended. He sat ramrod straight in my client chair. I poured 2 cups, handed him one. He rose, thanked me. I love a gentleman. And I sat in my swivel chair, facing my desk. The suspense was killing me. He took a sip and scowled. If you don't like it, oh, it's just wonderful. Very bitter but energizing. I do believe I'm experiencing my first drug-induced buzz. I laughed and said, I've been to Blue Aurora. It's very beautiful. It was when I was a young man. Not so much now. That's why we're here. Oh, that's my daughter outside. Her name's Magda. Elijah, her husband, was murdered last year. I'm very sorry, sir. A finer and harder working young man you'll never meet. Magda found him last Christmas morning in their barn. His broken neck was in a noose. Our local law enforcement is led by Sheriff Dan Cade. I try to see the good in everyone, Lee, and I hate to speak ill of anyone, but his investigation into Elijah's death was bare minimum at best. At worst, it was lip service. Elijah was murdered, so help me God. He and Magda have a 10-year-old son, Dorian. Elijah loved that boy. He loved Magda, and he loved life. There's more. The mayor, he's Dan's brother, Gil Cade. He owns most of the businesses in Blue Aurora. He wants our land to build a shopping mall. His agents visit our church, which doubles as kind of our town hall at least once a week. They keep bringing briefcases with more and more money. We politely refuse. The land is in my name. I would rather die than sell it. Now they're resorting to intimidation tactics. Our brothers and sisters are waking up and finding the chickens with their necks wrung. There have been acts of vandalism. Our women, including Magda, have been harassed in town by the so-called men. Cade puts on a big show of concern, but he's on their side. They hate us. The wellspring of hatred is stupidity. Yeah. They're stupid to think that Elijah's death or any other act of evil on their part will sway us. Quite the opposite. We have no weapons, but we will fight if there's no other choice. A shovel can be just as lethal as a gun. I believe in the 10 Commandments, Lee. Thou shalt not kill. But to kill in self-defense, or in the defense of others, or in the defense of what you rightly own, isn't an act of murder. It's an act of righteousness. We don't allow televisions or newspapers, of course, but we buy, sell, and trade in town, and we hear good things sometimes. Your name is one of them. I sipped some coffee and said, Don't make me blush, sir. I have a room prepared for you in your house, in my house. It was Magda's room. Amelia, my wife, is an excellent cook. We don't allow caffeine, tobacco, or alcohol. Maybe I'll stay in a hotel on weekends. Maybe Tuesdays and Thursdays too. Maybe every day. He smiled warmly and said, Whatever you prefer. Perhaps you're wondering how it is that I intend to pay you. The thought had occurred to me, sir. My father was a stock and real estate speculator. He made some shrewd investments. He opened his robe. For a terrifying moment, I thought he was going to flash me. Instead, pardon me. Instead, he handed me a slip of paper. I trust that amount will suffice for a retainer check. Holy moly. I had to resist an urge to kiss it. It's a first draft. Thanks for watching. Happy Wednesday. Don't forget, God loves you. And so does John. Cheers.